Modbus is a serial communications protocol originally published by Modicon in 1979 for use with its programmable logic controllers. Simple and robust, it has since become a de facto standard communication protocol, and it is now a commonly available means of connecting industrial electronic devices. The main reasons for the use of Modbus in the industrial environment are, developed with industrial applications in mind, openly published and royalty-free, easy to deploy and maintain, moves raw bits or words without placing many restrictions on vendors. Modbus enables communication among many devices connected to the same network, for example a system that measures temperature and humidity and communicates the results to a computer. Modbus is often used to connect a supervisory computer with a remote terminal unit in supervisory control and data acquisition systems. Many of the data types are named from its use in driving relays. A single-bit physical output is called a coil, and a single-bit physical input is called a discrete input or a contact. The development and update of Modbus protocols has been managed by the Modbus organization since April 2004, when Schneider Electric transferred rights to that organization, signaling a clear commitment to openness. The Modbus organization is an association formed of independent users and suppliers of Modbus-compliant devices that seeks to drive the adoption of the Modbus communication protocol suite, and its evolution to address architectures for distributed automation systems across multiple market segments. Communication and devices. Each device intended to communicate using Modbus is given a unique address. In serial and MB+ networks, only the node assigned as the master may initiate a command. On Ethernet, any device can send out a Modbus command, although usually only one master device does so. A Modbus command contains the Modbus address of the device it is intended for. Only the intended device will act on the command, even though other devices might receive it. All Modbus commands contain checksum information, to ensure a command arrives undamaged. The basic Modbus commands can instruct an RTU to change a value in one of its registers, control or read an I/O port, as well as command the device to send back one or more values contained in its registers. There are many modems and gateways that support Modbus, as it is a very simple protocol and often copied. Some of them were specifically designed for this protocol. Different implementations use wireline, wireless communication, such as in the ISM band, and even short message service or general packet radio service. One of the more common designs of wireless networks makes use of mesh networking. Typical problems that designers have to overcome include high latency and timing issues. Frame format. All Modbus variants choose different frame formats. Unit identifier is used with Modbus TCP devices that are composites of several Modbus devices, for example on Modbus TCP to Modbus RTU gateways. In such case, the unit identifier tells the slave address of the device behind the gateway. Natively Modbus TCP-capable devices usually ignore the unit identifier. The byte order is big-endian. Supported function codes, the various reading, writing and other operations are categorized as follows. The most primitive reads and writes are shown in bold. A number of sources use alternative terminology, for example for single coil where the standard uses write single coil. Implementations. Almost all implementations have variations from the official standard. Different varieties might not communicate correctly between equipment of different suppliers. Some of the most common variations are data types, floating point IEEE, 32-bit integer, 8-bit data, mixed data types, bit fields and integers, multiplies to change data to from integer. 10, 100, 1000, 256. Protocol extensions, 16-bit slave addresses, 32-bit data size, word swap data. Limitations. Since Modbus was designed in the late 1970s to communicate to programmable logic controllers, the number of data types is limited to those understood by PLCs at the time. Large binary objects are not supported. No standard way exists for a node to find the description of a data object, for example, to determine if a register value represents a temperature between 30 and 175 degrees. Since Modbus is a master-slave protocol, There is no way for a field device to report by exception. The master node must routinely poll each field device, and look for changes in the data. This consumes bandwidth and network time in applications where bandwidth may be expensive, such as over a low bitrate radio link. Modbus is restricted to addressing 247 devices on one data link, which limits the number of field devices that may be connected to a master station. Modbus transmissions must be contiguous, which limits the types of remote communications devices to those that can buffer data to avoid gaps in the transmission. Modbus protocol itself provides no security against unauthorized commands or interception of data. Trade Group, Modbus Organization, Incorporated is a trade association for the promotion and development of Modbus protocol. Modbus Plus, despite the name, Modbus Plus is not a variant of Modbus. It is a different protocol, involving token passing. It is a proprietary specification of Schneider Electric, though it is unpublished rather than patented. It is normally implemented using a custom chipset available only to partners of Schneider. References. Further reading, Modbus Protocol. Modicon. 74 pages. 2000. External links, Modbus Organization with Protocol Specifications, Short Bus Modbus Scanner, RTU and TCP/IP Master Testing Freeware for Visual Studio.net, Modbus Communication Monitor, Cost-Free Modbus RTU Device Testing Software, Modbus Source Code, Free Modbus Guide for Field Technician, Utasker Modbus Extension Module for Kinetis, Coalfire, SAM7X, LPC2XXX, LPC17XX, Slaris, STM32, Perl Module for Modbus TCP, Interface to Modbus TCP or a TU, Android-based Modbus TCP Master, Commercial MBTEST, Modbus RTU, ASCII, Modbus TCP Master Programs, Pi Modbus, Full Modbus Protocol Implementation in Python, Free Software, Minimal Modbus, Light RTU Only Modbus. Implementation in Python, Modbus TK, Fast Modbus Implementation in Python, Interesting performance comparison of the three above-mentioned Python modules, TCL-based Modbus RTU driver, Open Source C library of Modbus Protocol for Linux, Mac OS X, FreeBSD, QNX and Win32, Freeware Modbus TCP RTU Communication Tester Software.